Hello students. For English language part, that in my previous class I had explained about the simple present tense with affirmative sentence. Today I am going to discuss for negative sentence. And the negative sentence, this is the structure that we should follow. So wherever that in a particular sentence, if there are the two formation of the verbs are used, or that two formation of the helping verbs are used, so certainly that the subject also will differ. For some, that subject, that do we shall write. For some subjects, that does we shall write. So here that I have also given you the clue. If we apply do, then these are the subjects that we can use. I, we, you, they. Whereas for does, it is he, she, it. See that under these pronouns only, as they are called, the personal pronoun, so under these pronouns only, that the whole subject, that noun, that it comes. You know very well that instead of noun, if any word is used, that is called pronoun. So these are the pronouns, except it, it. All pronouns are used for human beings. This is I, we, you, they are used in plural numbers. If the subject is plural, then we will consider under they. Whereas he, she, and it is used only for animals. So animals means that is domestic animals and wild animals as well. Then small insects is all that comes under this. And reptiles. So other creatures, that if it is singular number, then it is used. And if they are in plural number, then they is used. I mean, we have to understand they. And for they, that you are looking, that do is used. Whereas these are the singular numbers, and for this, that does as a helping verb is used. And plus not. Because of that, this is a negative sentence, so word not should be used. And only that the first formation of the verb, that you can see that is main verb. So main verb is only used V1 and plus object. So one sentence that I am writing. Ram. So Ram is a boy. That will come under he category. So what we apply with respect to he, that is does. So I also will write here does. So there is no difference between noun and these all pronouns. Pronouns are representatives of noun. So we have to think about it. The word Ram is human being, is a male, and so for male we use he. And along with he, the helping verb does is applied, then we also have to write does. Then after in a structure, not. The not shall be right. Then after V1, so V1 is play. An object, it. One more example. Ram and Shyam. So there are two subjects. One is Ram and second is Shyam. So as a subject, there are two subjects in plural number. What we shall consider? That which pronoun shall we use for Ram and Shyam? For Ram and Shyam, that they as a pronoun that we may consider. And for they, do is used as a helping verb. So here also we will apply do. Thereafter, not, then given and object. So sentence here, Ram and Shyam do not play cricket. One more example. The tiger. It is the name of an animal, wild animal. So under which pronoun that will it fall? It will fall under it. And for it, we use does over here. So we shall also write does. Then not. Then given. Then object is grass. The sentence says, the tiger does not eat grass. This is the thing. Now, do you think that the negative word is only not and OT not? Except this, there is no any other negative word? Yes, there is. There are so many negative words. Like, one is negative words. That is never, nothing, neither nor, then hardly, barely, scarcely, so these are also negative words. So in a sentence, if we use these words, nothing, never, neither, dot, dot, nor, hardly, barely, scarcely, if we are using these negative words for negative sentence, in case of simple present tense, then this helping verbs and not. The two words, the helping verbs and not, is not applied. Directly that we use the negative word. As like, you can have a look. Like word, say subject is Ram. And for Ram, direct that you may use. Never. So if you use these negative words, helping verb do or does or and the word not is not applied. Directly that Ram never. Since do does is not applied, not is also not written. So directly that we should go for the main verb. So main verb is V1 and V5. So Ram is third person, that is he. So here we shall write plays. That is V5. Plays cricket. Likewise that is it. And the word hardly, barely, scarcely, these all the negative words. These are all the negative words. And since that we write in this, the word not is hidden in this. If we apply these words, the word not is not written. So he hardly plays cricket. So these are actually the terms of the negative sentence. Now let us call about the interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. So that is question mark. So there are two kinds of the question sentences. That is, there are two kinds of the interrogative sentences. One is called yes-no question. Yes-no question. It means that certain question sentence whose answer will be either yes or no. Like, do you play cricket? So, if you play cricket, you will reply yes, I play cricket. If it is asked that, do you play cricket? And if you do not play, then you will say that no, I do not play cricket. So any question that relating to that yes-no sentence, in case of interrogative sentence, its answer will be yes-no only. So that it is called yes-no question. And what is the structure of it? First of all, we will write the helping verbs, do or does. Then after subject. Then after given. Then after object. And then after at last the question mark. So after finishing the sentence, that question mark also should be given because that it is an interrogative sentence. So this is the first kind of the sentence that is called the yes-no question. Second one is known as WH question. WH means that forming the word from WH, like why, which, when, where, whose. So these are the WH questions. The word how, H-O-W. Of course that it does not start with WH, but however that it is considered as WH question. The word how. So second kind of the sentence then is of the interrogative sentence. So for WH question, that what is the structure of it? First of all, if we are making any WH question, that first of all, the WH word should be given. Whatever WH that you are applying. Why, when, where, whose, how, that word should be written first. Thereafter, the structure of the yes no question will be followed the same. There is no difference at all. So, after WH, do does, then subject, then V1, then object, and at last the question mark. So, if we use WH question, first of all, that WH word should be given before helping verbs. So, WH plus do does plus subject plus V1 plus object, and at last the question mark. This punctuation mark is very much important, that nowadays that the students only that they know that to write the full stop. They never use that comma or interrogative question mark. So everything should be written very perfectly. So we should also make use of writing the question mark. So you put number 1, this is number 2. So according to number 1, if it is yes no question, how will we write the sentence? First, do or does. So depends upon that which subject that you are choosing. And accordingly, that where do is applied, do we write. There does is applied, then does we shall write. Like, suppose the subject is Sita. So Sita, third person, and its pronoun will be she. And you know very well that for the pronoun she, that helping verb does is used. So we shall also write here does. Then after it is called subject. Sita. Then after V1, that is action word, that is cook, that is the V1. Does Sita cook? And then after object, rice. And at last, question mark. Now, second one, if we apply WH word, like why, which, when, where, whatever, so. The first WH question, same for an example, like when. I have written the word when, that is WH question. After writing this, the same sentence to be repeated. As I have shown you, that after writing that WH question, that you are looking, do does, then subject, then V1, then object, and at last question mark. Here also the same. After writing WH question, the same sentence that it should be written. When does Sita cook rice? So now WH question, when does Sita cook rice? Now why does Sita cook rice? The word where does Sita cook rice? The word how does Sita cook rice? So likewise, that the formation of the interrogative sentence is done according to the structure which is written on the board, the same pattern that you can write. Now, there are some special words also through which we shall identify that this sentence actually that belongs to the simple present tense. And those words are known as adverb of time. So that also we have to write over here. In case of the simple present tense, if that those words also has to apply as the adverb of time, the same also that can be written. That is the special word. Adverb of time. So which are those words can be used as adverb of time? For simple present tense. That is generally. Occasionally. Frequently. Often. Daily. Every day. Usually. Rarely. So generally, occasionally, frequently, often, daily, every day, usually, rarely, sometimes, seldom, so these are the special words which are used in case of the simple present tense along with a sentence. Like adverb of time, these are the words generally, occasionally, frequently, often, daily, every day, usually, rarely, sometime, seldom, etc. So word seldom means sometimes. So one example also we can use the word generally. He generally visits the park in the morning. So he is a pronoun third person, and for third person that main verb D5 is used. So he generally visits, then after object, the part and the group of the words as a phrase also that it can be used, that is in the morning. This is a phrase. Remember that the phrase actually is also a group of words which starts from preposition. So here the word in is a preposition. So that in the morning there are three groups of words in this. So it is, since that it is started with preposition generally, so that it is called a phrase. So he generally visits the park in the morning. So this kind of that adverb of time, it may also be used in terms of the simple present tense. Now, the next, there are so many that kinds of tenses that we have to explain, we have to make understand you. So definitely that you please pay attention, because from 5th standard onwards that you started learning about the tense, but you do not know the structure and you never use according to the tense, so that a lot of mistakes also that you may commit. So better that you should go for the explanation, try to understand the fact, and you start learning. The formation of the verb is also very much essential. Since your childhood till now, whatever that the formation of verbs that you have used as V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, but there are some the certain that typical the verbs also that you have to understand, you also have to learn those all, which is already written in your textbooks or the language book part. So there that you can also go through. Then during my next class that I will teach you about the present continuous tense. Thank you.